Got into it though. He got into his rhythm. Once he found the rhythm, that's when he really started to box well. I thought he did.
What happened if he had taken one of those right hands tonight and gone over? I'm of the opinion actually that he's so big and so popular now, he can survive a loss.
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. We have.
First for news and more live Premier League football than anyone else. This is
Popularity, I don't think it would, I don't think it would wane. He's so popular outside of the sport and growing.
The way we do business in the AJ business is, let's get it right. He talks to anybody, doesn't he?
He does.
That's his problem.
He does.
He'll talk to anybody all day long.
It's why people love him so much, but it's why people like me get so stressed out about everything. Because, Rob McCracken will tell us we've got an amount of time to get him in and out and do his media because he's got a rest. And then we go about 3 hours over, So I'm constantly being scolded, but we do our best. We do our best.
You were saying to me at the weigh-in, Andy, how it's just growing and growing and growing, and with each fight it's becoming more pressurised for you and the rest of the team. And that's only going to become not so much a problem, but more of an issue for you that you're going to have to deal with.
No question about it. Every fight, it gets bigger. Every fight, we are under more pressure to fulfil obligations, whether that's with the likes of yourselves, the media, making sure that people are talking about the fight, the sponsors, the rights holders, everyone has to get their moment, and it becomes harder and harder to manage that. But we do our best.
Yeah.
It just means I'll keep getting scolded by Rob, and it will get worse and worse, and Eddie will get happier and happier.
And just about to leave the arena, enjoying a beer as he does so, Michael Buffer.
No.
The cover's been blown. Michael, tell me, what is it like in the bear pit there when you're about to announce?
To me, it's the Paramount, Zenith, etc. And then when Klitschko and AJ fought here, and we had 90,000, it was like you just can't wait to do it again. So being out there,
ringing
the
around
crowd,
the stadium.
it rained. First of all, they came, the rain stopped, fighters made their entrances, and if that's what you're talking about, that's really exciting. Just to hear that roar come rolling into the ring when I get to introduce their names as they make their entrances, and then just get that feedback from the crowd, because the UK fans are they're loyal, they're vocal, they're knowledgeable, and they're just a delight for me to work in front of, and because they're passionate, and you got to love that.
And when you're there in the ring, Michael, before you make the formal announcements, the two men have arrived in the ring. Can you get a sense of tension, any fear coming off them, or even a sense that one is more confident than the other?
Yeah, I have in the past moments like that, but I've never seen a fighter that's afraid. I say anxiety, and I can see that. I'll give you an example. Was years ago, Mike Tyson and Michael Spinks. Massive audience, and everybody knew millions were watching and all that. And at that time, Mike Tyson was just plain and simple the baddest man on the planet. And when the referee brought the two fighters together, and I'm standing right there with a microphone, I looked over at Spinks, and I could see his pulse in his neck, and even like right under his sternum, where you can see the. And I thought, I knew he wasn't afraid. Nobody, professional, they don't get in the business of being a professional fighter and being afraid. But his anxiety level was just probably off the charts. And I've never done this before. After the introductions, I didn't leave the steps. I actually got down and sat on the steps leading up to the ring and 91 seconds later I was back in the ring, and because he had been knocked out. It just, you have a sense about things like that. In this fight tonight, I've been introducing Alexander Povetkin for 12 years, and he is an excellent fighter. He's a real heavyweight. He's a bona fide guy that comes to win the fight. And he hasn't lost in 5 years. He's never been stopped. He's an Olympic gold medal champion. And he was really fit and focused. And he made a lot of people from Matchroom and a lot of knowledgeable British fans quite nervous, because he had hands faster than anybody realizes. A 39-year-old guy that throws a lead left hook like Floyd Patterson. I mean, this guy really came to fight. And AJ had to use some chess playing tactics, like Lennox used to, like really try to feel somebody out, wait for that moment. But when, as we all know, when AJ hurts somebody and sees those legs quiver, he's a finisher, and that's what happened tonight.
Great stuff. Here's to the next one, Michael. Thanks for stopping by. Go and enjoy your beer. Thank you.
See you in Manchester in November?
For sure.
All right, cheers.
Thank you. All the best. Thanks, Michael. Well, let's head back now towards the press conference area where we can see in the distance Tony Bellew. So let's see if we can grab a word with him. Steve, have you seen Tony Bellew?
I've seen him, and he's not happy with you. I said to him, there's a choice, Tony, and it was a simple choice. It was either B for Buffer or B for Bellew. And Costello, Tony, I said to him, he's gone chasing Buffer. It's outrageous. No, he had to go. I got it for a second, though, didn't I?
We were talking to Eddie Hearn earlier on about what lies in store now for Anthony Joshua when we were interrupted by Andy Bell, Joshua's media man. So let's look ahead now. April the 13th here at Wembley Stadium is a definite. We still don't know who's going to be in the opposite corner. And interesting what Eddie was saying, that if Fury wins, there's going to be a rematch, because clearly that will be in the clause. But if Wilder wins, he will sail on and do what he wants to do, which might mean Joshua here in April. And as I said to Eddie, this place won't be big enough.
It won't be big enough, or they'll just have to price it like they did Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, Mike. As you know, the cheapest tickets go ridiculous, and the most expensive tickets are almost obscene. That statement you made there is straightforward. Those are facts, but almost attached to every one of those facts is an asterisk or 2 or 3 or 4. So, for instance, first of all, according to Eddie and AJ, they have to agree for the fight in the next couple of weeks. It can't. And AJ doesn't want to wait until December. Eddie doesn't want to wait until December. No one wants to wait until December to start selling this fight. Because as Eddie correctly said, it takes a long time to negotiate with Wilder's people. So if you start negotiating on December the 3rd or December the 2nd, on the Sunday or the Monday, you're going to be negotiating for a long time. Then there's Christmas. Suddenly you're not going to be announcing that fight till January, February. January's a bad month to do stuff like that. So you're in February. No, they don't want to do that, especially if it doesn't fall through. Then suddenly Eddie's got to get someone from February to fill an April the 13th date. I'm sort of really getting involved with all the deals here today. Now, so what they're saying is that has to be semi-agreed in the next couple of weeks, and why ever not? And of course, the problem with that, half problem with that, is that the Wilder Fury fight still doesn't have a location.
once again, the likes of Marcos Alonso and Rudiger belatedly come forward. David Luiz as well with that curly bob. It will be Willian to take the free kick for Chelsea in the 26th minute at London Stadium. Willian with plenty of time here to work out exactly where he's going to deliver the ball. He's in towards Rudiger. Zabaleta half away, falls for Kovacic, and his shot blocked by Issa Diop.
Diop did well in the end, blocking the shot. Looks like Kovacic is going to put his team ahead. Good delivery from Willian. Zabaleta does really well to get across and half clear the ball, but then the ball just drops down to Kovacic. Diop gets himself in the way, really good defending to block the shot.
Azpilicueta wearing the captain's armband for Chelsea today is going to take a throw here from the right hand side, level with the 18-yard line. Rolls it all the way back for Rudiger. And now David Luiz takes up possession inside the centre circle. David Luiz starting for the 7th match in succession at the start of the season, having not played since February due to injuries and falling out of favour under Antonio Conte last season. Here is Hazard. He's got Willian in space to his right as the sun begins to shine. Haven't seen that much this weekend. Here is Alonso now 10 yards outside the West Ham penalty area. 27 minutes play. Forward for Anderson, who plays it through the legs of Azpilicueta. Here's Antonio inside the penalty area, clearing chance for West Ham, and he blazes over the crossbar. Well, maybe that's why he's not scored in 26 matches. A rush of blood from Mikel Antonio after a sublime piece of skill from Felipe Anderson to create the chance.
Never looked comfortable, never looked comfortable on this weekend for Antonio, never fancied it.
Brilliant play from Felipe Anderson. Wonderful skill, just sucks Azpilicueta in. Little flick around the corner and he's away. And then the through ball down the side of Rudiger's, inch perfect for Antonio's run, but he's on his weaker left foot. On the side of the 8-yard box, he's got to hit the target, he's got to work the keeper there. Blazing it wide of that near post. Real good chance for West Ham.
Well, it's comfortably the best chance of the game so far. If you were being overly critical of Chelsea, you could say for all their possession, they haven't really carved the West Ham defence open on too many occasions. Just maybe overplaying it at times, taking one past too many. Here is Azpilicueta, maybe looking for the more direct approach. Up against Masuaku down the Chelsea right-hand side. He gets his back. Azpilicueta from Conte. Again, they slow the game down to a walking pace and give West Ham time to regroup. And there's a really poor ball by Jorginho, straight to Rice. He's released Yarmolenko. It's 2-on-2 here for West Ham. Yarmolenko against David Luiz. Into the penalty area. Excellent defending, but Antonio with a shot. And a super save from Kepa to kick the scoreline at 0-0.
It's a good save, but he should score again. This time on his favourite right from Antonio. That should be 1-0. The space down Chelsea's left-hand side there with West Ham on the counter-attack. Allowing space for Yarmolenko to run into. Tries to take David Luiz on, does well actually to hold him up. The ball just breaks Antonio and it's on a slight angle, 6 yards out. I think he should score, as simple as that for me. It's a good save, but I think he should score.
2 gilt-edged opportunities and a couple of minutes for Mikel Antonio to give West Ham United the lead. It's raised the noise level inside London Stadium. Rice trying to play in Antonio again. It was picked up by David Luiz, but returns possession to Balbuena. Both sides guilty of giving the ball away cheaply. Here's Noble looking for Felipe Anderson. Excellent challenge by Rudiger to slide in and win it back for Chelsea. And then Rudiger side foots it back to his goalkeeper Kepa. the best display of a goalkeeper playing out from the back. He nearly passed it straight to Felipe Anderson. West Ham hunting in packs here, pressing Chelsea high up the field, but here's Hazard, turning away from Zabaleta. He's got Alonso to his left, Hazard. Stopped momentarily by Rice, but he still has the ball. He's into the area, upended was he by Rice. Referee says no. Hazard fuming as he goes to ground just on the edge of the area. The Chelsea fans making their feelings clear, but here come West Ham at the other end. The game is really open all of a sudden. Yarmolenko into Balbuena on the edge of the box, not sure what he's doing there. And his cross for Antonio is cleared by Rudiger. Game on all of a sudden, Dan.
Yes, and West Ham just trying to press high off that chance that they created, trying to catch Chelsea.
Was it a foul on Hazard?
I thought he was looking for it. It was a tremendous run. He gets to the edge of the yard box, as Declan Rice is trying desperately to get back. And I think there is slight contact, but Hazard for me is looking for, he wants the touch to go down. I thought it was good refereeing.
Watching replay now. Almost gave the ball around the halfway line to Rice, got away. He did just clip him, you know.
I think he's clever, Hazard. He just steps across with that right foot and then he's looking for the contact to go down.
Watching the replay of the second Antonio chance, it was a powerful drive into the area by Yarmolenko. David Luiz did well to hold him up. But as the ball broke for Antonio, he's got 4 yards out. He blasted it straight into the legs of Kepa.
Yeah, he's got to get that across the keeper, across Kepa's right foot, and it's a goal. That's where the space is.
Goalkeeper not quite done like Kepa. 11 minutes to go until half-time. West Ham 0, Chelsea 0. The Hammers have had the 2 clearest opportunities of the game. Here is Balbuena. Playing it out to Zabaleta down the right-hand side. He was looking at Noble in the area. Noble applauds the effort with the raised thumb, but the pass was asking a lot of the Hammers skipper, facing Chelsea for the 21st time. Only 4 wins in the previous 20. Just got a shot of it. Moody-looking Marko Arnautovic underneath a baseball cap in the director's box.
Standard facials from Arnautovic there, but you'd like to think the 2 chances Antonio's had, he would have stuck at least one of them away, and that is the problem with a kind of a makeshift striker playing in that position. 2 fantastic chances, and when you come up against the likes of Chelsea's, the Man City's, when you get chances like that presented to you, you have to take them, otherwise you get punished at the other end. And if it was probably on his head, Antonio, he probably would have scored one of them. But
he had a golden scoring run, didn't he, at the start of the season a couple of years ago, but it's been a long time since he found the back of the net. Mikel Antonio.
It's a big game for him, actually. Last season he struggled. He got close to the England team the season before that. I think he got a couple of squads, didn't he, or whatever. Last season he had a lot of injuries, hamstring injuries, and he's looking to have a big season this season, regain some of that early form that he showed.
Noble chips it into the path of Felipe Anderson, holds his head Anderson because he would have been away down that left-hand side, but the ball just skipped away from him at the last moment and out for a throw. Manuel Pellegrini will be pretty pleased though with the opening 36 minutes.
I think so. The amount of possession that Chelsea have had, they haven't really created any clear-cut chances. You have to say West Ham have had the better chances, and I think the more they can get Yarmolenko on the ball on this right-hand side, can they get Anderson a little bit higher up the pitch? For me, he's playing a little bit too deep. He's almost doing the job of Masuaku at times. They can get him on the ball in advanced areas. He's already shown that he's got the beating of Azpilicueta. Rice
facing his own goal, so plays the ball sensibly back to Lucas Fabianski in the white boots. Fabianski closed down by Olivier Giroud, his former Arsenal colleague, so he skews the clearance into touch for a Chelsea throw. Chelsea have lost just one of their last 12 matches either side of the summer break. They've also won 12 of their last 15 matches. So really Maurizio Sarri picking up where the league and Antonio Conte left off at the end of last season. On the FA Cup as well, of course, beating Manchester United in a poor game at Wembley in the final. Here's Felipe Anderson. inside his own half, jostling for position against Azpilicueta. He's forced all the way back to his own penalty area. Rather than using Fabianski, he plays it forward, looking for Yarmolenko. And he was fouled by Alonso, but Mike Dean again waves play on. Here is Hazard now, left corner of the penalty area, trying to get the ball onto his right foot. He's going to play it through for Giroud, but Valbuena closed the door. And it's cleared now for a Chelsea throw. Remember, @TalkSport Live is our Twitter address. Let us know where in the world you are listening and your score predictions as we reach the 38th minute of a goalless first half so far. @TalkSport Live on Twitter. I think that was a foul on Yarmolenko.
He needs to be stronger, Yarmolenko there. Felipe does really well. He's under pressure, looking for a pass. It's not the greatest of balls into Yarmolenko, but the size of him there, what is he, 6'3", Yarmolenko? He just needs to get his body in and make it difficult. It just feels a little nudge in the back from Alonso. He goes down way too easily. He's holding his head. He's nowhere near touching his head, Alonso. And then Chelsea on the counter-attack, and West Ham are a man down. He needs to be stronger than that.
3 goals in his last 2 games for Yarmolenko, for club and country. In fact, only the great Andrei Shevchenko has scored more goals for Ukraine. Of course, he played a key part in that win against Everton at Goodison last Sunday. Manuel Pellegrini will be hoping will transform West Ham's season after a difficult start to the campaign. Here is William with a cross into the area. Giroud's been pretty anonymous so far. He couldn't get on the end of that one. It was cleared away by Diop. Here's David Luiz now inside the centre circle for Chelsea. And the blue skies now in East London. Forward for Conte. Diop using his strength and just trying to usher the ball out for a throw. In the end, he knew it wasn't going to run, so has to play it out. Chelsea will get the throw. Issa Diop, a £21 million signing from Toulouse, the Frenchman. Here is Azpilicueta for Chelsea, trying to get their nose in front before half-time. And we survived those couple of scares when Mikel Antonio could and probably should have put West Ham in front. Here is Kovacic. Back to his Azpilicueta. He's got Conte peeling away to his right. Conte looking for the cross, only Giroud in the middle. It was blocked by Diop anyway. Or Masuaku, I should say, and it will be a throw now for Chelsea.
I think West Ham will be pleased. Those first 15 minutes of the game were really difficult, but they stayed in the game. If they conceded a goal, then I think it would have been a long afternoon for them, but kept themselves in the game, got their second wind, and as we said, have created the better of the chances. It'd be really disappointing to not have taken one of them.
Here's Declan Rice bringing the ball down inside his own half. Yarmolenko being put under pressure by Alonso and Hazard. He's done well, Yarmolenko, before eventually having to run the ball out for a throw. 5 yards shy of the West Ham penalty area. Chelsea will take it with Alonso into Jorginho. Giroud trying to flick it forward for Hazard. The combination hasn't quite come off so far today. Cleared by West Ham to Antonio on halfway. Handball by him. In fact, foul given against David Luiz for a push in the back. So a free kick for West Ham.
He did really well, Antonio, with that ball that came back to him. And he's got to do that. He's got to relieve that pressure. He's got to be that focal point, using his physicality, making it difficult. It's hard for him up there. He's up against 2 centre-halves. Rudiger and Luiz, and what service he gets, he needs to try and hold the ball in and just kind of relieve that pressure off his team, and so his team can get up the pitch and start some of those counter-attacks, which they've been pretty good at in this first half.
Chelsea have had a pretty kind start to the season so far. I think in terms of the fixtures, we may find out a bit more about their credentials to last the course at the top of the table in the coming weeks. They play Liverpool twice actually this week in the League Cup on Wednesday night at Anfield before hosting Jurgen Klopp's in-form side at Stamford Bridge, and arguably the game of the weekend. And it's Southampton away and Manchester United at home next in line for Maurizio Sarri's team. Here is Masuaku winning the ball back deep inside his own half from William. Pass upfield midfield, intercepted by Jorginho. Rudiger goes all